Kaylee was just like any ordinary girl growing up. She loved hanging out with friends, playing soccer, and watching movies. She also had to deal with things such as getting sick, an issue that everyone faces at some point in their life. However, Kaylee would get sick much more frequently than everyone else, and in 2007, her and her family noticed that her symptoms weren't going away. Her family decided to take her to the doctors to see if they had any advice, but the doctors didn't have any idea what was going on. Kaylee continued to try and figure out what was wrong, and after visiting about a dozen doctors, her father just decided to bring her to the emergency room. This is when Kaylee and her family found out that she had some sort of problem with her liver. The symptoms that come with any liver condition are incredibly strange. Kaylee lost about 25 pounds in a month, had no appetite, and her eyes and skin tone became much more yellow. Kaylee mentioned that by far the worst symptom was the itching. Her body filters out the bad toxins in her system, and since her liver wasn't properly working, her body had to find a different way of getting rid of those toxins. They were released out of her pores and in her entire body, and it was incredibly itchy. Even though Kaylee had a variety of bad symptoms of her liver condition, she looked at the entire situation with a very optimistic point of view. She thought that as long as she listened to what her doctors had to say, that she would eventually be alright. The process wouldn't be easy, but she was ready for the challenge. Kaylee's symptoms were getting worse, so the doctors decided she would eventually need a liver transplant. When Kaylee was originally informed about the fact that she needed a liver transplant, the doctor had said it would probably not be necessary until she was at least 30. However, Kaylee's symptoms got worse and was added to the list at age 15. However, she was only on the list for 3 months, and after that, she had a successful liver transplant. Kaylee's new liver helped her out tremendously. She can now walk for miles without getting exhausted, hangs out with friends, and is living a semi-normal life. With any liver transplant, there were some complications. Since Kaylee was pumped up with so many drugs, she had now developed diabetes and osteoporosis. Kaylee also has to take medications for the rest of her life, and it affects her immune system, so she gets sick pretty frequently. Kaylee also developed a tremor due to the drugs she was taking. Looking back on the entire process, Kaylee was very happy with how it all went. She said the organ transplant process was definitely positive, or she would have been dead. She is also now a big advocate for everyone becoming an organ donor. Kaylee said, "One person can save so many lives, it's insane. I hate using this word because my mom would use it constantly, but it truly is a miracle." Kaylee is now living life to the fullest. She is currently a junior at the College of New Jersey studying psychology, and she has so much more clear of an idea of how interesting and amazing life really is.